Alright, boys. We just finished our 30th layer of cactus here. I'm just showing to check off the progress right here, and it's going good. It's about half what I plan on for this season, but it's going good so long, boys. And today, we are gonna be really showing off how to build up your base, like all the basics, like what you should do, what you shouldn't do, like some of the simple stuff like that. First, I'm gonna go open up some Vokies. Cause I got some, and why not? So we gonna go open up some Vokies? What is going on? I'll just add some TNT there, and alright boys. We ain't probably gonna get anything good, but you never know. Yeah, there we go. That's about what you expect. But it's okay. Cause we're gonna go work on our base, and we're gonna be happy. So, boys. So basically, I'm gonna start off by showing Revlayers. You need these on your base. Like at the bottom, you want Revlayers at your base because it's very easy for people to raid at Bedrock. So you keep building these up. There you go. Your base should be safe. Ooh, that's something I need to fix. Don't know how that happened, but I'll fix that up. But basically, you need Revlayers because they do very simple things. They stab people. Usually, you put regen Revelators down here because it's harder for people to pillar up through regen Revelators, but like drill up through them. But you need them because it stops people from getting in between and throughout your base. And I'm gonna keep adding on. And I got myself on fire. But basically, you're just gonna want to make sure everything's covered by lava for regen. And lava, you want it alternating. You're gonna keep doing this. I don't really care about all this money I'm draining because I'm making bank because of my new cack farmer. Also got greenhouse 5. I traded that extra pattern 5 I got last episode for it. It's a good day. We stacking up, boys. So you're just gonna keep doing that. I'll just fix these extra outside parts. Real quick. And then, as I said, you're gonna want to build another layer first in between them. So Jenin, and you usually want like I have at least 10 in between like my cac farm in it because it's very important that it takes at least a decent amount of stand to stack up. That way it's harder to bust regens because busting regens at Y0, I mean negative like I don't even remember, but like the lowest at bedrock level, super easy. But when you have it higher, it's harder for people to bust regens. Takes more time. So you want to make sure you do this that your base is not easily raidable. Now I see I made a mistake over there. We gotta fix that real quick. But you just keep alternating. Add water on after this. It's pretty simple. And the other version of these is by just usually just use water in between them, because that way you can't like for regen Revelators, like these are easily to break through. But like if you use water, it's not alternating between lava and all that. It's very hard to break through. So regen Revelators are harder to break up. Water, it's hard to break. It's harder. I mean, it's really harder to get in between them. You can't seg in between them. And seg is creeper spawn eggs. So if you need defections, just that's terminology. But this, it's very like regen Revelators are very easy to creeper spawn egg through. But if you use just regular water, and that's if you have cobblestone. Obviously, the easiest way to fix that is by using obsidian floors, but you never know. Some TNT might get loose inside, so usually you want to have at least like a couple layers of these in between like your cack farm and if it's in your main base. Like sometimes you have like an outside base for that, but like I'll explain that based off after this finishes jetting in. I'll explain that off of top, which is my orb. I don't really care that y'all are seeing this, bro. Y'all can come to my base. I was doing streamer yesterday. I was kind of like nervous about a raid. I don't really care no more. We setting up. Hopefully it's all good. If y'all raid me, y'all raid me. It's just part of the game, bro. But basically like this. Like sometimes, like I usually like exterior boxes like this. And it's very easy to have extra stuff like extra storage out there, like stuff you really don't care about. Like I'm gonna have a netherwort farm probably for that one. But then you always hey, the key tip for beginners is you always want to have your stuff chunk busted, dude. Like if you don't have your base chunk busted all around, it's gonna become a problem for you. So I'm just gonna buy some slime here. And you want to just like chunk bust and keep chunk busting. Yes, it's gonna be expensive for you, but like it's so worth it. And I'll bring you back once I have it all. Alright, so we have finished chunk busting. So now I'm going to show off some of the defenses and how to build them. So first off, you got the most common defense infections. You know them, you love them, they're mine shots. They're very simple, but they're very effective for, like, they're just a basic regen. Alright, so here's how you build them. You really want to water really, like, here I'm going to have water throughout this, that way it's harder to, like, blow up into the main box, but outside here, you're going to water this block, this block, this block, this block, this block. Actually, I'm doing it wrong. Usually you want a 2 block gap in between them. That way you can water them correctly. But like, I'm condensing it down, so it's not gonna get watered correctly for some of y'all. But I don't know what to say. Nah, you need to water these blocks too, right? So it's really gonna be like 1, 2, here, here. So that's like really where you're gonna want to water them. I'll explain after I start genning everything in, and I'll bring you back when I can explain them. All right, boys. So in the previous clip, I really forgot to mention how you can have one chunk of base defense behind your base, but it's pretty simple, and I've done that here. And as I've explained, these are mine chats, and I've set up the way I usually like how I've been taught to water them, and it's pretty simple. You're usually gonna want this block to be covered, this block to be covered. Behind these 2 blocks, it can't be in front because then this is easier to bust if you have that regenning. If you don't have this portion regenning, I don't think these are really necessary to put water there. I think you still can though. I'm not the best at raiding, but like you put water here, like I'm organizing water all along here, that way it's harder to break the wall. But so like I'm just gonna keep placing stuff along there, like, but you want to water like this, that way it's harder to bust the regens, because like, for example, you also want to offset your regens, like each of these, that's the main regen, that's the main regen, that's the main regen. And this is important, that way it requires adjusting to get in your base, and that way it's way harder to get inside your base. It's very important. Well, actually, nah. I just realized something. You do need this. Like this is a requirement. Putting water here. That way these portions can regen no matter what, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to. Just keep putting water along all of these sides, And that's how you pretty much water these with making them harder to bust. Because what I was told, or what I've been told, is that they're easier to destroy if they're not watered correctly. So that's something you want to prioritize. And just a reminder is all of these should be filled all the way down with lava. It's pretty simple, but if you don't, like, there is a gen bucket for it, but if it doesn't, it won't regen, and it kind of ruins your whole base. So you're gonna want to make sure all these are watered right. You want to make sure all of these areas within it are filled completely with lava. But it's pretty important ensuring that. And if you want to, like, you can put slabs down there to stop all of, like, weird stuff, but I'm not, because I have the rev layers. They should keep me safe. I'm not too worried. I'm not really gonna care too much about watering down here, because I don't want my base getting, like, weirdly, I don't know what to call it. Like, I want to just have water on the base wall at least. That's why I'm doing this. Even though it's built out of obsidian. So you're just gonna keep watering down here and around that. And if you don't know where gen buckets are, you can do /shop. I probably should have said this earlier, but you can do /shop rating materials. They're on the second page. And I'm gonna grab that lava source. Infinite gen bucket. So there we go. And just to make sure you want a lava source, everything. That way it all regens. And that way it's harder to raid your base. So I'll bring you back when I'm done with this and I'm ready to show off the next layer of defense. Alright boys, we are ready to cover the next defense. So this is something that's, like, very compact. It was developed by my boys in TFB. And basically you put a lot water in between all of these. I don't know if this is good this season, but I'm using this defense because of how compact it is and its regens, so I like it. So you want to ensure that you put, I'm just going to demonstrate this on one side. You put water and all this. I'm going to gen this in before anything screwed up. Give me one sec, I gotta gen this thing in. It's the wrong one. But, oh shoot. Good thing I got these. And then you're going to want to keep adding water across all of this. And I'll bring you back. That's like just the mark, and I'll bring you back when all that's done. Alright boys, there we go. We got all the watering done. Now basically, we got a lot of lava to place down. So basically, for this, you're never, like the way I've set it up, you're never going to want to place a lava source behind that. So I'm going to place it like this. This is not the main thing. This is just ensuring that some of the stuff's protected, like afterwards. But like when you're actually building it, you're going to want to place it all across here. All this needs to be lava buckets. Nothing can be missed. Needs to all be lava buckets. Lava genning all the way down, because otherwise it won't work. As you'll see here, yeah, there's a bunch of these genning down. See as I place this down here. And I'll have a bunch of these genning down. And these are just very efficient. They're very compact. And I just like them. I hope they work out with my base, but you never really know. But like, I'll bring y'all back when this is done. I'll probably show you some more stuff in Canon World. Alright, boys, we are back. You can see that we got all this done. Now, I'm sorry, this video is gonna be coming out late because it's coming out the next day. I'll have y'all today, one early morning, early-ish morning, and then the other is gonna be about the afternoon, about late afternoon. But I kinda needed some sleep last night, so we got all this done. I was too tired to record anymore, so I stopped, and we gonna head back, and we're gonna show you the rest of the defenses in Cannon World. But y'all will get to see my glorious Cannon World, full of random crap. All right, I'll just go over here and explain some of the defenses. I gotta go get water, lava, and cobblestone. Alright, so most of these defenses are very simple, but the first one is, I'm doing it like this so I can show you how they regen. It's the zigzag. Alright, so zigzag, all of these really don't, but usually you fill these with lava just because it's very easy now. So you just fill all these with a gen bucket down, and then you're gonna water it here. Not there. I'll just, like there, and there. Well, not there, actually. I did that wrong. You're gonna water it there. And then, when it zigs, so you always want to water it on the top, and when it zigs down. So here, you're gonna water it here. And then, it continues on, so you keep, and then this would be that, so. And you water. So it's pretty simple at the tip and at the bottom of every one of them. So it's pretty much zigzags with water pillars too, but forgetting the center ones. So it's kind of like opposite zigzag. Oh, it's mirroring it. But they're pretty simple, but they're not the best defense anymore because a lot of people know how to destroy them, and they're very easy to destroy. So that's the first defense right there. So, as a reminder, these are going to be the spots where you're going to water along it, and you want just a zigzag of lava. And then the next one is pretty simple. It's vertical. It's horizontal regens. So for these, you always want. So here's how you lava these all the way down. So water goes right here, and then lava will go all along the sides. Now it's not gonna look good on this world with that, like, infinite lava bucket down there, because then it causes all these to regen, and when you infinite lava bucket here, it causes lava to be here blocking that. Now it looks all janked up, but if you do it in your own world, like, I'll just explain it like from really high stance. Oh, it's easier to see. Water goes here, lava goes there. So yeah, but as soon as infinite lava bucket, all of those lava will gen into all, like, lava will cause these two to gen in, and lava will cause these to be blocked off. It's pretty simple, and you just want to put a bunch of these, slightly altering the block of them every time, and it's very reliable. It's one of the more reliable defenses. I mean, all these are but they're harder to destroy. Because you can't get infinite gem buckets in canon, for all I know. Otherwise, I'd be showing with infinite gem buckets. And the next one that's usually more used is this kind of defense. It's very simple. Alright, so sorry I had to cut it off. So hopefully that's okay with you all, but you want to put lava all along here. This is going to be like that. And water all along here, because it'll cause the front to be regenning, these to be regenning. You're going to want to put lava right here too, because that'll cause the back to be protected from someone trying to seg in. So that's not going to happen when you're actually doing it. It's more going to look like, once you do it correctly, it's going to turn out to be something like this. It's going to turn out to be something like this. It's pretty much mirroring the image, except for this part is not going to be genning in. So that's one of the more reliable defenses, probably better than the horizontal. So if you're going to try to make a base, you're going to want to build a bunch of these. And the last defense is it's a key part of your base. Like, you want everything here like that I talked about, except for this. You don't really need these for your bases. But you're going to always want regen walls, because otherwise it's harder to raid your base. And I can explain straight walls, because they're very easy to explain. Alright, and then for these, you're going to want to build a bunch of diagonals. Just diagonal shots. These are anti-OSRBs. So you put water in all of these. And you're going to want a difference about too. But you want these like as a straight wall in front of your base, so. Well, you want a bunch of diags right here. Let's say this is your base right here. So you fill all the center ones with water, and then you fill it with lava buckets all around your base. And you want to keep doing. You want to fit as much of these in as possible. Like, I'll have these on later in the series. So if you really want to see them and how to build them, I'll explain later on. But like, I'm at a basic part of my base right now. So you want to put it at every corner, an infinite gen bucket down, because these are hard to break through. They're annoying to break through. So you want these on your base. It's gonna make your base way harder to raid. So that concludes the episode today, and I'll go to spawn. I got a couple more keys because I want AFK, and we'll end it off with some more key openings. Not the most eventful stuff ever, but hey, if I get something good, that's cool. Let's just say it there. Well, I'll be recording another video later on, probably about Dark Zone stuff and building up my god set, because that's important, and I'll go more in depth in building up your god set and what runes you want and what runes you don't. It's pretty simple, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Alright, that was the not so fun stuff, but we'll just open the lunar, see what we get. Yeah, that's about what you expect, boys. So that'll wrap it up. I'll have another video for y'all later, and I'll see you.